Tonight, you'll hear an explosive recording. Corporal Carlos Choco, who witnessed the Budna kidnapping, was secretly recorded telling a friend that a senior officer made him give a false statement. And we'll tell you how a 60-year-old woman was shot in Belize City while heading to church. Plus, he was chained up and marched out of a Maya village in 2015. 10 years later, Rupert Miles says he still can't get that event behind him. Also, we'll show you the lesions busted in the U.S. by Homeland Security and listed as the worst of the worst. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
This Christmas, get ready to unwrap the gift of happiness with Cellular World. This cover phone starting as low as $99. Gift amazing tablets for big and small for just $99. And bring home smart TVs for unforgettable family entertainment starting at $379. Plus, enjoy incredible deals on JBL speakers, smart appliances, and all the technology that fills your home with joy this season. And there's more. Every Tuesday, we unwrap a new surprise for you to find the perfect present at the best price. Visit us at any of our locations in Belize City, Belmopan, Orange Walk, San Pedro, or shop through our virtual store on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp at 615-5141. Unwrap the gift of happiness at Cellular World.
Why settle for one look when you can have two? Available now at Mikado are these reversible blackout curtains that give you two beautiful styles in one. Perfect for any mood or room refresh. And the best part, they're only $45. Yes, two looks for the price of one. Switch it up anytime. Cozy one day, classy the next. And with blackout fabric, you'll enjoy privacy, comfort, and a good night's sleep too. Visit us at number 37 Albert Street and choose your favorite style of reversible blackout curtains or shop online at WhatsApp 609-2222. Mikado, your number one textile palace.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. We continue to serve you.
This Christmas, get into the joy with Uno. Imagine winning a shiny motorcycle, a brand new TV, a brand new fan, or grocery coupons to make your holiday shopping easier. The surprises keep coming. All you have to do is visit Uno, and for every $25 on fuel, you'll get a coupon. Fill out and participate. Get one coupon for each quart of Uno lubricants or 2 for a gallon. Visit your nearest Uno gas station today. Fill your tank and drive into Christmas cheer with Uno. Uno gas stations.
Belize, get ready. From December 8th to 12th at 8 p.m., Channel 7 brings you Christmas Pram 2025. 5 nights of pure holiday magic. Your favorite media hosts, Brandon, Kevin, Miriam, Indira, and me will light up your evenings with something exciting and different each night. Prizes, surprises, prizes, and non-stop fun await. For just 25 cents a ticket, you can enter to win amazing giveaways available right at our office. And don't miss the grand finale on December 12th at Travelers One Barrel Bar, featuring the dynamic Super Furia Band live on stage. Want to be a part of our live audience? Grab your golden ticket for only $10 and get chances to win fabulous prizes reserved just for you. It's Channel 7's Christmas Bram 2025. So come celebrate with me. 5 nights, endless excitement, and one unforgettable finale. Don't miss it.
Belize, it's that time again. GST-free weekends are back on December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st. Just in time for big savings for Christmas. On these weekends, most local retail goods will be GST-free at checkout. That includes frequently bought standard-rated goods such as furniture, appliances, electronics, clothing and footwear, Christmas decorations, curtains, rugs, Marley, toys, and grocery items like seasonings, mixed essences, mixed fruits, and soft drinks. Everything you need to make your December more affordable. And good news for the holiday cooks. Picnic shoulder ham, smoked ham leg, and imported turkey are 0 rated all December long. And before you leave the store, always take a quick look at your receipt. You should see the GST removed or discounted automatically. So that means more savings and more room in your Christmas budget. So Belize, let's shop smart this Christmas season. December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st, GST-free weekends brought to you by Belize Tax Services.
The journey towards owning a home was a family decision as we needed stability and security. And it was a financial investment that we would have for our family's legacy. Getting a home loan from Atlantic Bank was very easy. The officers there were able to walk you through the process and you were able to ask questions. Moving into our home for the first time was a blessed and happy experience. I remember turning the key for the first time, and the family was so excited to see our new home where we'd be making new memories in.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
But gender-based violence doesn't end in 16 days. Not for the woman afraid to go home. Not for the child listening through the walls. Not for the man who doesn't know how to ask for help. Across Belize, we marched, we lit candles, we raised our voices, and we stood together. Because silence protects the wrong people. But action saves lives. And as the 16 days come to a close, our commitment only grows stronger. A safer Belize depends on all of us, every day, all year long. Let's keep showing up. Let's keep speaking out. Let's keep protecting one another.
On August 30th, 2023, Central Bank Governor Curry Michael, originally brought into the bank's senior ranks under the UDP, placed one of his close associates as administrator of St. Francis Xavier Credit Union. What was described as an interim measure has now dragged on for over 2 years with no end in sight. So the question is simple. Why is the government allowing Mr. Michael and the central bank to use heavy-handed tactics against the credit union movement?
This Christmas, live easy with DigiWallet. Enjoy LTE deals with over $120 in savings on DigiWallet Marketplace. Or grab devices in stores starting at just $119 at all Digi stores and Cellular Worlds countrywide. Sign up for a new Digi1 bundle and save up to $250 for 6 months. Or switch to Digi Postpaid this Christmas and walk away with free Samsung A06. Live easy with DigiWallet this Christmas.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
He didn't ask for it, but Corporal Carlos Choco of the Orange Walk Police Station has become a central figure in the Joseph Budna kidnapping saga. Choco had no role in the kidnapping itself. He simply responded to the incident as it unfolded outside his police station. But since then, he has been pulled into what appears to be a cover-up, one that, based on evidence obtained by 7 News, seems to involve the complicity of senior officers. Choco has effectively been pushed into the role of an unwitting and unwilling accessory, pressured to give an empty witness statement that ended up in the less-than-nothing file police sent to the DPP. He later confided to a colleague about how he was urged to give that second statement. That colleague secretly recorded the conversation. A portion of that recording was leaked to our newsroom, and Jules Vasquez has the story. We have redacted the name of the senior officer Choco identifies.
Corporal Carlos Choco, he was the NCO in charge at the Orange Walk Police Station on the night of August 22nd. And he was the one who went to see what was the disturbance across the street from the station. When he got there, he found 3 police officers beating a man on the ground, a man we now know as Ryan Joseph Budna. A police officer identified as Constable Barry Flowers walked over to wave off Choco and allegedly tell him they were on a mission for a senior officer. Choco dutifully went about his business and even got a concerned civilian to do the same. In a secret, never-before-heard recording, Choco can be heard telling a fellow officer that he gave a true statement saying what Barry Flowers allegedly told him. And then, in the ACP Suzette Anderson investigation, he was made to give another at the urging of a senior officer. In that one, he was made to say he did not recognize the kidnappers.
The second statement, I recognize the person there and everything else. I tell Coco, tell them not to tell me make I rate them where I see. So the first one where I rate, that way Mr. Coco tell me to rate the truth, so I rate the truth and everything. That statement they got my original signature. The second statement where they want me to I just do one meeting and that's not my signature. Because I'm worried too, because I don't want to write nothing and at the end of the day they trying for me.
And not only was he made to give a false statement, that statement was also falsely backdated.
Friday was the original statement. Then they just backdate the one where they want for the 23rd, they make sure that they do something the 23rd. The 23rd of August, because this happened on the 22nd, right? Mm-hmm. So the 23rd, they backdate the statement for the 23rd, which were like, yeah. But the original statement where I make that is Friday, I think they made the 5th. The 5th of September. Yeah, the 5th.
And that second bogus statement from a police eyewitness to the kidnapping is part of the file that the DPP characterized so harshly.
And I apologize as director for saying this, but I was also expecting that there would have been nothing in the file. What I was not expecting was that there would be less than nothing in the file, which is really my characterization of what has been put before me.
We attempted to reach Corporal Choko for comment, but were unsuccessful. We did reach the senior officer named in the recording. He told us, and we would hold his name for now, quote, "I totally refute all allegations and insinuations of misconduct that are alleged to have been made against me. I have been a serving member of the Belize Police Department for 26 years and hold an unblemished record." And in a related story last week, we told you about disciplinary charges being brought against two police officers for soliciting a bribe of $1,000. One of those officers is Corporal Carlos Choko, who, as you just saw, was made a key eyewitness in the surveillance video of the Budna kidnapping. But Corporal Choko was also implicated in a complaint where a detained man, Hector Rios, alleged that he and a constable shook him down for $1,000 when he was detained for harm. As we reported last week, they were brought up on disciplinary charges, which were to be heard today. But reliable sources tell 7 News that the matter did not proceed today. There were no arraignment. We are told that instead there was an intervention from the senior ranks, and with that, the charge seems to have been put on the back burner, maybe permanently. And that's bad news for the complainant, Mr. Rios, who is still out $1,000, but surely an ease for the officers. And, well, it begs the question whether Choko's unwitting role as a witness to the Budna investigation played any part in it. We take a break now. When we come back, we'll tell you how a 60-year-old woman going to church was shot along with two 17-year-olds last night. And he was handcuffed and marched out of a Maya village in 2015. 10 years later, Rupert Miles says he still can't get that problem behind him. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Season's greetings from the Social Security Board. As the festive season fills our hearts with warmth and joy, we extend our heartfelt thanks to you, our valued customers, for your continued trust and support throughout the year. 2025 has been a year of growth and innovation. As part of our ongoing journey to modernize and deliver smarter, more sustainable services, we introduced new My Social Security upgrades designed to make access easier, faster, and more convenient. Looking ahead to 2026, we remain committed to being a dynamic, progressive, and sustainable organization, embracing technology to enhance customer experience and operational efficiency. This Christmas, we celebrate the families, workers, and retirees who inspire all that we do. From all of us at the Social Security Board, may your holidays be filled with love, laughter, and hope for the year ahead.
On August 30th, 2023, Central Bank Governor Curry Michael, originally brought into the bank's senior ranks under the UDP, placed one of his close associates as administrator of St. Francis Xavier Credit Union. What was described as an interim measure has now dragged on for over 2 years with no end in sight. So the question is simple. Why is the government allowing Mr. Michael and the central bank to use heavy-handed tactics against the credit union movement?
Hey Belize!
Our country is known worldwide for its natural beauty, from our barrier reef to our rainforests. But there's a growing threat to our paradise. Global plastic production has skyrocketed to 400 million tons per year, and without action, plastic waste flowing into our waters will nearly triple by 2040, from around 11 million tons in 2016 to around 29 million tons in 2040. Here at home, the situation is just as concerning. In 2024 alone, Belize imported over 13.3 million plastics and over 12 million plastic lids and caps. What might seem like just one plastic bottle or one chips bag adds up quickly. During our National Cleanup Day, almost 26,000 plastic bottles were collected, and that's just one day of effort. But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. Use waste bins, keep a litter bag in your car, wait until you find a proper disposal site. These simple actions make a real difference. Join us in keeping Belize clean. Our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
The Community Baboon Sanctuary presents the first ever Belize River Valley Farmers and Commerce Market Day. Come get your agricultural products fresh from the farm. Christmas turkey, duck, local chicken, dress and live, fresh meats. However you want them, just ask. We have them. And if you think so we're done, we're far from done. We have cultural items on sale and on display. Get your kiss, your fly brush, coconut boy, stretch me guts, music, and much, much more. It's a family affair, so have no fear. Let's make this big. You see, you, where they listen, you come to bring your granny, bring your grandpa, bring everybody. Adults, only $3. Kids, only $1. So, let's make it a date and don't be late. Saturday, December 13th, starting at 9 a.m. The Belize River Valley Farmers and Commerce Market Day. This event is in partnership with Honorable Marconi Layard, WCX, MUB, ERI, Bell Rive Village Council, NICH, BTB, Forestry Department, the Ministry of Agriculture, and the Community Baboon Wildlife Sanctuary.
They're not just Christmas season, they're $1 million season. Because sometimes the biggest blessing come in the shape of a late ticket. This Christmas, the best gift could just be a ticket for $1 million. The $1 million jackpot draws December 20th. Buy a ticket now at any certified Bolito seller on the We Bolito app or at webolito.bz. Go buy your ticket today for a chance to make your Christmas season extra special.
Each year, dozens of animals and plants are taken from their natural habitats and sold illegally. This illegal wildlife trade threatens species with extinction and increases incidents of cruelty, from exotic pets like parrots and icons like the jaguar to key marine species like turtles and sharks. The demand for wildlife, their parts and plants is driving wildlife and plant populations to the brink. But you can help by reporting any illegal wildlife trade, supporting conservation efforts, and choosing sustainable products. Together, we can protect wildlife and preserve our planet for future generations.
One of the reasons I applied for a credit card at Atlantic Bank was because I travel a lot. I'm always going here and there and everywhere, and having that card made my life so much easier. I could literally charge everything. I had no issues. I don't have to worry about carrying money. And that has been one of the most effective points. Using my Atlantic Bank credit card has improved my life drastically. I learned to budget properly. The online service that they give the features that it has, and also knowing that when I'm shopping online, it has a protective feature for it. Having an Atlantic Bank credit card, especially having two sons that are always wanting something. They want to shop here and they want to shop there. The good part about it is I get to look at Atlantic online to see where my spending is and to make sure I'm staying in budget.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize is unlocking the power of the ocean by balancing conservation and economic growth to build a sustainable future. Through the Belize Sustainable Ocean Plan planning process, we are developing a blueprint for a thriving blue economy. Belize's blue economy is not just about the ocean. Half our GDP relies on our marine resources. From vibrant tourism to sustainable fisheries, our marine industries inject over $1 billion into our economy every year. These industries provide livelihoods for thousands of Belizeans. Fishermen, tour guides, and coastal communities all depend on a thriving ocean. The Belize Sustainable Ocean Plan, Belize's Marine Spatial Plan, is our roadmap to sustainable management of our ocean resources, ensuring the right balance between conservation, local livelihoods, and national economic growth. In addition to the continued growth of Belize's bedrock sectors, emerging sectors such as mariculture are establishing themselves, creating jobs and ensuring long-term prosperity for coastal communities. Our leadership in the blue economy is setting the foundation for healthy oceans and people, an example for the world. Belize's ocean is among its most valuable assets. Let's protect it.
Un grupo de gente que hemos trabajado muy duro y la tierra es para la gente de Bellavista. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan tener tierra. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan desarrollarse en el futuro. Algo que les hacía falta por mucho tiempo. Nuestros padres vienen de las fincas bananeras. Somos gentes que hemos sufrido mucho y ustedes como jóvenes se merecen mejores oportunidades.
If you didn't have land before, you will have land now. Once you have land, you have wealth.
I think they want to build, they want to settle.
I'm already having dreams of my home and everything. You know, the words are just, I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I can finally begin to build a house.
It's just a great feeling, you know.
Mi amigo es un hermano, una persona para el pobre. ¿Estamos de acuerdo?
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Three people were shot last night on My Street in Belize City. The shooting was non-fatal, and fortunately 2 out of 3 victims are already at home. However, those who were shot include an elderly woman and 2 teenage boys. Today, Courtney Menzies spoke to one of the victims and has this story.
This is the shoe that a 60-year-old woman was wearing when she was shot last night, along with 2 17-year-old minors. The incident occurred around 7:30 when the 3 victims were standing on MY Street, and a gunman fired several shots towards them. The woman, who chose to remain anonymous, explained in Spanish that she was on her way to church when she was shot.
Well, I was going to church, to a church meeting, and then a guy came up ahead of me on bicycle, and when he came out of that street, he started shooting. But I dove to the left, and they got me by the foot. But the bullet just went in and then out. It didn't break any bones or anything. Everything is fine. The doctor says everything is fine. There's no danger. Everything is fine.
¿Qué dijo la policía?
What did the police say? Well, they're investigating.
She also explained that she doesn't know the victims nor the shooter, but now she feels unsafe in her neighborhood. As for the minors, one of them was treated and released, while the other remains hospitalized. Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
2 of the victims were treated and released, while 1 remains hospitalized receiving treatment. This afternoon, 35-year-old Frederick Wagner was formally arraigned in the Belize City Magistrates Court for the murder of his girlfriend, 61-year-old Dawn Bernard, who succumbed to severe burn injuries 6 days after she was allegedly set on fire. Wagner, who appeared unrepresented, was read a single count of murder for the fatal November 10th incident at Bernard's Lakeview Street home. But during the arraignment, Wagner initially told the court, "I don't understand what I am charged for. I don't understand the charge." Magistrate Dennison then explained the allegation in simple terms, after which Wagner indicated he then understood. Wagner was remanded to prison until January 26, 2026. A post-mortem examination conducted on November 24th determined that Bernard died from her extensive burn injuries. At the hospital, Bernard told police that it was her common-law who did it. She stated that he sprayed rubbing alcohol on her face and lit her on fire with a lighter. Two high-powered attempts were made on his life this year. Both he managed to escape unhurt, but now 22-year-old Jareem Stay, known as 32, is facing thousands of dollars in fines and possible jail time for being the member of a gang. Stain has been out on high court bail since May of this year after being charged for deadly means of harm. But he appeared in court today after investigators got a hold of a photo where he can allegedly be seen displaying a gang sign. He decided to take his chances in court and asked for a sentencing indication for the gang offense before entering his plea. Magistrate Manon Dennison informed him that he could face a $20,000 fine or 5 years imprisonment. With that, he maintained that he was not guilty and will take his chances with a trial. Stain was remanded and is due back in court on January 13, 2026. An exhibit keeper at the Belize Police Department remains on interdiction following a criminal charge of willful oppression following the disposal of marijuana-infused gummies that later made it into the hands of children back in 2023. Mario Bustillos was represented by attorney Nazira Miles in court yesterday. He had sought a sentencing indication from the court because he was considering pleading guilty. Justice Nigel Pilgrim informed him that he was looking at 1 year imprisonment. Bustillos rejected the sentencing indication and decided to take his chances in a trial. The matter is further adjourned for January 29, 2026. 13 Belizeans caught in the States by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security in their immigration sweeps have been listed as their worst of the worst. These 12 men and 1 woman were arrested for crimes such as domestic violence, sexual assault, extortion, larceny, drug offenses, and more. They are listed along with other accused persons from various countries. And for context, while Belize only has 13, our neighbor El Salvador has 478 and Honduras has 858. There are a total of just under 10,000 persons on the list, which is, quote, highlighting the worst of worst criminal aliens arrested by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The SIB is reporting that Belize's economy grew 6.1% in the third quarter of 2025. They have identified improved performances across all sectors, with the primary sector up by over 20% due to livestock and marine outputs. At their press conference today, they explained more.
So for the third quarter of 2025, which is from July to September, goods and services produced in this quarter total $1.221 billion. This is an increase of $70.2 million, or 6.1% when we compare it to the third quarter of 2024. And within the GDP, for that $1.221 billion, we have $91.7 million is in the primary sector, $178.1 million in the secondary sector, $776.3 million in the tertiary, and lastly, $175.2 million in taxes. Speaking of the 6.1% growth that we observed for the third quarter, the top contributors to this growth were taxes. We have agriculture, forestry, and fishing, wholesale and retail trade, and construction, the ones highlighted in green. The industry that had the largest negative effect towards this 6.1% was the other services activities.
Meanwhile, the unemployment rate in September of this year stands at 1.9%, maintaining the trend of unbelievably low unemployment figures. Statistician Annie Mejia explained more.
The unemployed are defined as persons of working age who were without work, but actively looked for work within the last 4 weeks and were available to start work within the next 2 weeks. Thus, in September 2025, the unemployment rate stood at 1.9%. Females continue to have slightly higher unemployment rates than males, with female unemployment at 3% compared to 1.1% for males. In September 2025, 3/5 of the employed population were males. Nearly half of the employed persons were aged 25 to 44 years old. 35% had completed primary level education, 26.9% had completed secondary level education, and 24.7% had completed tertiary level education. 71.6% were employees, while 28.3% were self-employed.
The labor force participation rate stood at 58.1%, an increase of 1.8 percentage points when compared to September 2024. And in terms of multidimensional poverty, that decreased by 3 percentage points. Christian Oriano, the manager of Census Surveys and Administrative Statistics, outlined those numbers.
The incidence in September 2025 was 19.1%. This means that 19.1% of the population was multidimensionally poor. The intensity of poverty was 37.8%, which means that on average, a poor household had a deprivation score of 37.8%, or they were deprived in about 6 to 7 indicators of the 17. The multidimensional poverty index is 0.072. The incidence can also be reported in terms of counts. In September 2025, 76,779 persons among 17,753 households were considered to be multidimensionally poor. We now compare the 2024 MPI results to the 2025 MPI results. A decrease of 3 percentage points was observed for the incidence. This is a result of 13,095 individuals among 2,809 households coming out of being multidimensionally poor. When comparing the intensity between both years, it can be observed that the severity of poverty showed very little change. 14 out of the 17 indicators saw improvement between both periods, with the largest reductions being observed in food security, which experienced a decrease in deprivation by 6.7 percentage points, followed by dependency, which dropped by 3.8 percentage points, and sanitation, with a decline of 3.1 percentage points. However, slight increases were observed in overcrowding and informal employment, where deprivation rose by 3.8 percentage points and 3 percentage points respectively.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, Miles to go before he rests 10 years on. Rupert Miles says he still can't shake the incident that left him handcuffed and tied up in a Maya village. Don't go away.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, you know, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. We continue to serve you.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Belize, get ready. From December 8th to 12th at 8 p.m., Channel 7 brings you Christmas Bram 2025. 5 nights of pure holiday magic. Your favorite media hosts, Brandon, Kevin, Miriam, Indira, and me will light up your evenings with something exciting and different each night. Prizes, surprises, and non-stop fun await. For just 25 cents a ticket, you can enter to win amazing giveaways available right at our office. And don't miss the grand finale on December 12th at Travelers One Barrel Bar, featuring the dynamic Super Furia Band live on stage. Want to be a part of our live audience? Grab your golden ticket for only $10 and get chances to win fabulous prizes reserved just for you. It's Channel 7's Christmas Bram 2025. So come celebrate with me. 5 nights, endless excitement, and one unforgettable finale. Don't miss it.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
As they do annually, stakeholders in the cruise industry have partnered with BTB to put together their annual holiday gift project for Belize City children. Today, those kids took some time out from school to meet Santa and receive a few gifts. Jo Marie Lanza was at the event.
Belize City children lined up to collect their gifts this morning, thanks to an initiative made possible through a partnership with the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association and the Belize Tourism Board. Their director of cruise explained why this annual project is so important to them.
This is Florida Caribbean Cruise Association project. They do this in every destination that they go to across the Caribbean, and Belize is one of the destinations, of course. So we partner with the cruise lines that are part of that federation to make this happen. It's an annual event whereby we identify children who may be a little bit not as privileged as others, and we make this a very festive event for them. We have Santa here along with them to give them gifts and to have a celebration with Ozzy the Clown. So it's really to bring some joy during this time to kids who might not necessarily be in a position to enjoy something like this. So what we try to do is to really identify children who really need, right? So in this case, we work with Liberty Foundation. So they have about 20 plus students or kids here. And as you know, they serve a very great cause in Belize in terms of dealing with these children who may not necessarily have homes. And then we have St. Luke's Primary is another school that we've worked with this year.
75 students from different schools were invited to attend. One teacher from St. Luke says it's an event the kids look forward to each year.
Okay, so today we have 50 students from St. Luke Methodist Primary School. We randomly choose the children, especially those that much needed children and so forth, so that they can come out and have a wonderful time to start the Christmas season. I feel extremely excited. They're excited. I believe I'm more excited than them, bringing them out, seeing their smile on their faces. They're so excited, seeing Santa Claus, getting their gifts. So it's an amazing feeling.
And one of the hotel directors from Royal Caribbean says that their staff were more than happy to volunteer and be a part of this initiative.
Well, we were approached a few weeks ago about coming and getting involved in this gift giving, and we thought it was such a great opportunity, and we love to be able to get involved with local communities, give something back to the communities. And so we asked around on the ship for some volunteers. As you can see, there's quite a number of crew that have given their time up to come along and do this, and I'm very proud of them and just getting involved and making the event fun for themselves and for these children as well.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
And turning now to other news, today we spoke to Rupert Miles for the first time in 10.5 years. You may remember the name from June of 2015 when he was involved in one of the most sensational and shameful scenes Belize has ever witnessed. Miles was handcuffed, tied up, and marched out of a Maya village of Santa Cruz in the Toledo district. The Toledo Alcaldes Association said he had planted his home on top of a Maya mound, which was part of the Ushbenka site, and that he had bulldozed a road on that mound. Criminal charges were brought against 13 persons for falsely imprisoning him, while Nitch did find that he had planted his house on top of a Maya mound within the Ushbenka site. At the time, he was living with a woman from the village. Since then, he has been pursued in multiple civil cases, which still continue. Miles said he has spent more than $13,000 on attorney and still cannot get away from this charge that has dogged him. He spoke to Jules Vasquez.
10 years ago, you went through one of the worst experiences any Belizean or any black man could go through. Then chain you up and then march you out.
I would not classify it as one of the worst things that would have happened to a Belizean because then chain up Mr. Budna and Karan too, right? But I believe that I could have lived any part of this country where you choose to live. And then at that time, so I never know what happened with them people or have for their history or nothing.
Do you still carry the humiliation of that day?
Well, if you sometime, you know, you're a user expression, somebody call if you don't want to leave job, and then you're say, boy, I tie up on this job, boy, that come right back to the Maya thing. And I say, boy, where are you that Santa Cruz again? You understand? And
wow. So you can't even use the phrase, I'm tied up with something.
Yeah. And the next thing that when people meet you, some of your friends ask up as why, then you know they always bring that up. Then some of your friends want to call you like Benka, Ushbenka, Maya Chief, Maya King, Maya this, Maya that. You understand me? And then you meet some Maya man now, then just hear your name and then don't start hate you.
But you're telling me 9 years later, you're still in court with this charge?
Yes, sir. Still there because, like what I say, then people were persistent in what they do.
What is your frustration at this stage? You're more than 10 years later.
Well, back on burden for 10 years, whether in your mind you can't clear it because of a situation, right?
But you do not dispute that you were living, your house was at the top of an unexcavated Maya mound.
Well, I like what you say, I can't dispute it, but I don't want to say that true neither. That was Maya mound because the whole village that was mound, the lone hills through the whole village, and other people live higher than me, right? So the place me done, the house me done there, I can't say that I'm at the top of my mound because it no proof. But the protrude, that's the thing. I rip on the main ruin and I do this damage and then nobody see what part the ruin there. They only show this.
Yes, okay.
Right? And then they call this the main ruin.
I understand your frustration, but you had a house on top of my mound. Like that hard to get rid of. I agree. Maybe it wasn't the main site at Ushbenka. Maybe it wasn't excavated. Maybe you didn't know. But that's what it was.
Well, if that's what it was, I asked them, give me somewhere else make I put the house. Right? I never fight nobody or nothing.
Do you feel that you were unfairly victimized because it's a Maya village and you are not a Maya? You're a black man.
Well, from the first time when I got and talk to the chairman, he looked at me, he tell me, he said, Mister, he say, if you look wrong, these are the first words the man used when I start talk to him. He say, if you look wrong in this village, you say, lone Maya people, he say, you come from Dangriga. Now when he tell me, he say, and we can't mix up that, yeah. That way he tell me that the first meeting, and while we talk during that time, they one colored man ride home on a bicycle, go to the next village. And he says, see, he say, I unhappy when I see a black man in my village, much as I unhappy, right? When I see a colored man in my village, much as Olivia.
Is that the word that was used?
That's the words were used.
For the record, at the time, the chairman told us that he was not asked to leave because of his race, but it was because he did not seek permission from the alcalde before going to live on the mound. It's a project they have been working on for the past 4 years, and now those long day commutes and hours in line to access a document should be a thing of the past. The Ministry of E-Governance, in partnership with IDB and the Attorney General's Ministry, have successfully launched the new Civil Registry and Vital Statistics System. Basically, you will now be able to apply for your birth certificate online. Here are the highlights from the launch today.
Today marks a pivotal movement in the modernization of service delivery in Belize, particularly within one of the most fundamental areas of government administration, that is the registration and issuance of vital records. As Ms. Burgos had chronicled, for decades, obtaining a birth certificate, a marriage certificate, or other vital documents operated in almost an outdated way. In particular, it required individuals to appear in person at our offices. And these procedures, as she had outlined, they were entirely paper-based. They often resulted in extensive lines, delays, and unavoidable inconvenience. Expedited services were confined solely to the main office in Belize City, creating additional challenges for residents across our districts who required timely access to their records. And this environment, of course, as everyone is well aware, not only strained administrative capacities, but also placed a significant burden on citizens, one that they have consistently and justifiably sought to have addressed. And today, with the implementation of the CRVS system, we are ushering in a transformative change. The CRVS introduces a fully digital, modernized, and secure system that fundamentally improves how vital records are requested, processed, and delivered. It replaces paper-driven, in-person procedures with an efficient online platform accessible from any location, whether at home, at work, or on a mobile device. And this transition represents a significant advancement in convenience, reliability, and accessibility for all Belizeans. Citizens may now obtain their vital documents without physical trouble, without long queues, and without delays. And this is a long-awaited improvement, one that directly responds to the expressed needs of the public and reflects our commitment to making government services more responsive and more citizen-centered.
We must give credit to the staff that went through one by one those, tediously going through those pages after pages after pages and trying to fit all this information so that we could digitize it and so that today we could be able to launch this service. And it was important for us that we could make it as easy as possible and for the citizens to be able to have it for as long as possible, that birth certificate. And so we said it's not only going to be on paper, but it's also going to be digital. So you could keep it on your phone, you could put it on your laptop, you could put it on cloud, you could have it anywhere. And so I see today from the presentation that we've managed to meet all of the expectations and all the demands that we were making from the Vital Stats, from the people there at the Vital Stats units. So I must commend you on that great job.
And while we were there, we also got a chance to speak to Belize's Director for Cruise Capacity Development. He gave us an update on what the cruise numbers are looking like as we move forward into the new year.
So cruise is doing well. Belize's cruise industry is very stable, I would say. We're looking at the end of this year, 2025, to be somewhere in the region of 950,000 passengers for the year. The split is about 75% for Belize City, 25% for Harvest Key. Very stable, very healthy. December is, of course, mid-November into December is our high season. So right about now, like today, we have 2 ships in port. 3 ships in port. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the norm. And we can expect that to go on through April. The biggest ship so far has been one that has carried about just over 4,500 passengers. That's about the largest that we can accommodate at this time without a docking facility. Of course, that is in the works. We hope to have our port by 2028, 2029, the latest, docking facility, and then we'd be able to take on larger ships such as the Icon of the Seas and others like that.
Recently, we have heard complaints from cruise operators that the cruise ships featuring on board casino are not releasing as many guests for shore excursions because many of the cruisers would prefer to stay on board and gamble. Enrique says, well, that's just not true because when these cruise ships dock, their onboard entertainment shuts down. He explained.
So all the ships have casinos on them, but there's through the FCCA and the destination countries, there's an agreement that while they're in port, they can't have their casinos open. So there's only one restaurant that can be open on board the ship. So right now we have ships in port. There's only one restaurant. All the facilities and other things that they can enjoy on board the ship are closed while they're in port. So casinos included.
And looking at the regional cruise tourism picture, Belize's biggest competitors in the cruise industry are nearby destinations like Cozumel, Mahawal, and Roatan, which both have berthing facilities. They have higher visitation numbers, but Enrique says they still cannot offer what Belize has.
So that's one of the differentiating factors for us. That's one of the areas where we have an advantage in Belize because Belize is unlike any other. You go to other destinations, it's pretty much just sun. Belize has a wide variety of things that guests can partake in. They can go to Maya sites, they can go snorkeling, they can go to the zoo, they can go ziplining, and these are all very authentic destinations. So for shore excursions in Belize, the cruise lines tell us that they make more money on average than they do in any other port in the region. And that's a big draw for us, a very authentic experience that the cruise passengers have when they're here.
On Monday, we told you about Zach Reach, who alleged in a statement to police that Minister Henry Charles Usher's driver had pulled a gun on him. He put that in a statement, but told us that police said his statement would not be put into the Crime Information Management System known as SIMS for his own safety. Well, since then it has been put in the system, we know, because a source sent it to us. But it says plain and simple that he was requesting no further action. Sources say the disputing parties have reached a mutually agreeable settlement. A sudden downpour of rain last night into the morning quickly caused localized flooding in San Antonio Village, Cayo District. That caused a culvert to give way and a dirt road to have a partial collapse. The chairman spoke about it this morning.
From last night, midnight, we were experiencing some heavy rainfall. And it didn't stop up to right now. It just calmed down. Due to the rainfall, we had experienced some serious flooding in the community. And then also one of the culverts has been washed away. Some of the drainage has been clogged up. And I was been walking since 4 o'clock this morning, looking at the areas, affected areas. And I think we have like 1, 2, 3, 4 houses that got flooded, that the water went in. And one of the houses is still underwater. Which has like 1 feet of water at the moment. But most of the like damages that has occurred is that we have the water line right now, that one of the pipeline is almost to be washed away. So the water washed all the dirt that is holding the pipe, and it is like it's free. So that is why, hence the reason we have now the machinery that is dumping some load there. And thanks to the crew, the village council, the water board, that we are working together, and we're trying to fix and mend all the problems, you know.
That's all we have for you on our newscast for tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indor Craig. You can find, remember, a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook or YouTube pages. You have a pleasant evening. And join me back here tomorrow at 6. Stay tuned for another night of our Christmas Bram coming up pretty soon. Don't go away.